Thank you for all you've done to bring us all here together today and to ensure this conference is a success. To celebrate and
and Channel 11 covered the event and other speakers, but they censored out the protests. What do you think of that?
I don't think that was right. I think they should show the protests, and they should, show all different sides of it.
I didn't know about that. Of course, that's not true coverage, is it?
What do you think when the media censors things like that?
Well, I don't think much of it. The whole idea of free press is that it should be open and all points of view should be expressed.
You know what? That makes me angry. They have no right to edit any part of it. When they edit a part of something, it tells me that they're doing something that they don't want us to hear.
I am sad to hear that, you know. I mean, if it's a peaceful protest, why it shouldn't happen, you know.
Do you think we get good coverage about why we're really in these wars?
No. I think it's a lot of what we don't know.
What do you think of the media coverage of the wars and the anti-war movement?
Well, I think there's a lot of propaganda out there when it comes to coverage, media coverage. I think a lot of people don't really know what's going on, and that's pretty much what I think.
Do you get your news from TV or from the internet?
Mostly from the internet, but also BBC. I think BBC is like one channel that is a little bit more honest when it comes to world coverage, at least.
You get most of your news from the internet?
I think it's more reliable. I'm able to find out things in more depth on the internet than on TV news, and I can check the facts myself a little bit more easily that way too.
It's the stations here in the country, and also internet, and it's from Europe, especially BBC. So definitely BBC has the best coverage of everything, and you get the coverage of the same news but from a different angle, and I think that's healthy.
Do you get more of your news from the internet than from TV?
Yes, most of the time through internet.
There. Do you have favorite sites that you go to?
On my phone I have this BBC, CNN. Those are the sites I'll be looking into.
I don't even watch the news, you know, corporate. They are all, you know, the same. You change your channel, you know, and it's the same story runs on all the channels, you know. So how can I believe these guys, you know?
TV, of course, I also subscribe to the New York Times and the Minneapolis paper.
Where do you get your news?
I go to the internet, you know, different newspapers, you know. Sometimes maybe the best of the worst, BBC, a little on TV.
How has the media in the Twin Cities covered peace events?
Well, I've been active here in the Twin Cities for many, many years, about 30 years, and more so in the last 15 years. And my experience is that we don't get very good coverage. And we used to get some if we'd have major events, but now they don't even cover some of our major demonstrations. And today's a very good example. We did a walk against weapons today out in Eden Prairie, and we sent out a press release. We walked right by Fox News. We called them when we were walking by, and they say, yes, we got your press release, but nobody comes. And I've had many, many experiences myself where I call them personally. I call everyone and say, did you get the press release? Are you going to come? And many times they'll say, well, we'll try. But they very seldom come now. You know, if you have, maybe they'll come to a 10-year anniversary of something. But it just is not the coverage. Now, I got to say that we are very lucky here in the Twin Cities to have developed a bunch of citizen journalists. And they are getting the word out on Facebook and on the internet. And so I want to say a personal thank you to all of those people who are doing citizen journalism. And I think it really started after the RNC, that we knew we had to be our own journalists because we knew that we were probably not going to get good reporting. And so we were doing our own reporting, and we continue to do that. So I think it's because the corporate media owns the news now, and or owns the media. Corporations own the media is what I mean to say. And they choose not to cover us because they are part of the problem.